It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, and the birds are singing. And I'm going to talk about a load of rubbish. Not my usual backwards lopsided gibberish. This rubbish. If I were given £1 for every piece of litter dropped in a day in the UK, I'd be a millionaire before the day's even up. But believe it or not, litterbugs still exist. But we have to try and see it from their perspective. Now, I can understand that bins can be rather scarce, and that you have to walk a whole 10 paces just to get to one. Or maybe they do try their hardest to put their rubbish in the bin correctly, but then the wind swoops it away before it even has a chance to fall in. Or maybe they simply mistake the earth for one giant rubbish bin. It happens. Now it's time to see what the public have to say about this trashy situation. This is absolute rubbish. Do you litter?
I certainly don't litter, and I wouldn't do it because I hate it.
No, I don't do that.
I don't put all my litter away.
I do litter sometimes. Reason I litter, I don't like to litter, but someone told me once that I'll put someone out of a job if I don't, so sometimes I litter for that reason.
Do you see people littering often?
Yes, every day. And I quite openly scoff.
Well, every day, when you all open a pack of crisp or with the KFC, as the last chip come out of the box,
I don't actually see people littering that often, although clearly they do because look around.
Not really, but people do litter. I mean, yeah, it is a bad thing. It's not a nice thing to see. But I do see it occasionally.
What would you say to the people who litter?
No, it wouldn't be my business to do so. It wouldn't be my business then.
put it in the bin. It's not far away.
I don't argue with people. I've gone past that where I argue about picking up rubbish because people today think, well, what's it to do with you?
Oh, just don't do it. Think about it.
You could end up someone hitting you because of some can of drink which all they have to do is pick it up and put it in the bin.
If I want to say something to them, my head would smash in like a cucumber.
Think about what you're doing. Think about the cost of clearing it up. Think about how unpleasant it looks.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say anything just for the fact that there's a few nutters out there that are dropping litter and I'm trying to talk to people.
You know, it's not so much you like what is happening, but at the end of the day, if you talk to the young ones, they're gonna push your head in.
What should be done to those who litter?
I think they should be made to feel ashamed, really.
I've given a great deal of thought really, but I'll do wrong. Just give them a warning.
1 bin, 2 bin, 3 bin, 4. So why are people still chucking rubbish on the floor?
Well, at the end of the day, they've got no consideration for other people, other surroundings, and themselves.
They either just don't care, they're either completely thoughtless, they're not joining the dots.
The mentality is zero.
Well, I think fly tipping is bang out of order. People who do that, like where I used to live, people used to dump fly tip around the back. That's just terrible. I think littering is bad, but I mean, yeah, like I said, it would put someone out of a job, but that's not a good reason to litter. But you just got to remember, everyone needs to, earn a wage.
Is there anything that can be done to prevent it?
Well, I think they're supposed to be fined. I think people are supposed to be fined. I mean, I think it always was. There used to be an act of law that even if you threw a cigarette end on a pavement, you could be fined for doing that. But I mean, how they're going to police it, I don't know.
More notices.
Some of the borrowers just find them for even spitting on the floor, innit?
I would say if there's anything kind of to give people more incentive to put their litter in a bin, like I don't know, make the bins a little more inviting, I don't know, maybe colourful, I don't know.
There's an argument to put fines up, but then obviously fines aren't that much of a deterrent, otherwise people wouldn't do it. So education is probably the best policy. Make people realise what they're doing to the environment and make them respect their own environments more.
Education, everything, unless you have psychological problems, which can't be helped, everything starts with education.
I see some rubbish that shouldn't be there. When there's a litter everywhere,
You don't need to educate someone to put something in a bin.
Cigarettes are not nice, and chewing gum as well, that one is pretty bad.
If you came from another planet, you think, oh, what's all these little dotty things? And it's just chewing gum everywhere. I could literally follow, if I didn't know the chicken shop was there, I could follow the bones to the shop.
Especially school children, chicken boxes, and the most disgusting thing is they drop it next to a bin.
You don't need to educate people, just people need to be cleaner. It's just that you've got the bins are provided, use them.
As fast as people are clearing up, people are just, it's a never-ending trail of muck really, because you'd just have to have armies of people, wouldn't you, walking around with a big dustpan and brush.
No, I don't think put fines in place, I just think maybe, I don't know, maybe, well yeah, you could fine people actually, but I don't know how it would work. I think it would be too much paperwork for the authorities.
I just think parents aren't doing enough these days. I think a lot of the attitude is, well, they go to school, it's up to the teachers, but a teacher can't teach the children all the fundamentals. The fundamentals start at home. As soon as the child is, toddling around and doing things, you say to them, no, you don't put that there, now where does that go? And they learn.
Seeing nothing, we stay alive for the next day.
So, do people need to be taught and educated on how not to and why we shouldn't litter? Or is it just something to do with common sense? Well, here's a little guide on how to properly dispose of your rubbish for those who need a gentle push down the right path.
Step 1. Keep your rubbish somewhere safe or hold it tight in your hand. This prevents your rubbish from falling to the ground, making you accidentally litter, or else you're going to have to chase after it like a madman. Step 2. Find a bin. Seriously, people, it's not hard. Step 3. Once you have successfully completed steps 1 and 2, it's time to put your rubbish in the bin.
And if you still don't get it, then God help us all.